Hello there, my name is Shelby and welcome to this shoulder opening flow. This is a feel-good sequence to create space in your shoulders, and I do recommend having a set of blocks. If you don't have blocks, some sort of ledge will work for the part that we'll use them, like a chair or a bench or anything that you'll be able to rest your elbows on, and you'll see when we get there. So if you are ready, we'll get started in tabletop, hands and knees. So take a moment here, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, spread your fingers wide, and we'll start with a few cat-cows. So inhaling, arch the back cow, option 2, curl the toes under. Exhale, round the back cat, option 2, untuck the toes. And just take a few cycles of cat-cow at your own pace with your own breath. Allowing the first movements of class to be really sweet as we create space in the spine. And do one more round, inhaling, open, exhaling to curl. Good. Create a neutral spine. And with your next inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, right arm under the left, right side of the face settles down. Option to keep your left hand where it is, option to reach your left arm forwards, or maybe you wrap and bind it behind your back. Either way, keep breathing here. Good. And we'll press back into the left hand. Inhale, right arm reaches out and up to the sky. As you exhale, drape the right arm behind your back, rise up to kneeling, and we'll grab our left arm with our right hand. If you can't reach the arm, just hold the wrist. Either way, left ear to left shoulder. Stretching the right side of the neck, top of the right shoulder. I like to think of my right shoulder really drawing down and away from my right ear. Keep the core ignited by drawing the rib cage down. One more breath. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, chin to chest. Relax your arms by your side. Inhale, lift your gaze. Right arm reaches out to the right. Exhale, draw right arm across your chest and use the left arm to pull it in. Shoulder stretch. Breathing here. Good, and then we'll release that. Bring the right arm up, bend your elbow, fingers behind the neck, left hand to right elbow. Pulling it in towards the midline, pressing your head into the right arm. Beautiful. Last little bit in this position. You're going to take your right arm, bend the elbow, right hand behind your back, kind of like a chicken wing here, and then left hand will grab the right arm and pull it forward. Good. And I like to also resist sometimes, so as I pull forward with the left hand, I push back with the right shoulder or right elbow. Nice. I really like the way this one feels, but I know it can be quite intense, so do your best. Keep breathing. Good. And we'll gently let that go, a shoulder circle or two, and we'll meet back in tabletop, hands and knees. And when you're ready, inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, thread your needle, left side of the face to the mat, left arm through. Same options, right arm can stay, reach forward, or wrap behind you for the bind. Breathing here. Nice, and then we'll press back into the right hand. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Exhale, drape left arm behind your back, rise to kneeling, grab the right arm with the left hand or the wrist, whatever you can reach, right ear to right shoulder. Keeping the core ignited, rib cage draws down. Big stretch in the left side of the neck, top of the shoulder. Couple more breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, arms by your side. Inhale, lift your gaze, left arm out to the left. Exhale, left arm across your chest and use the right arm to pull it in, shoulder stretch. Breathing here. Really nice work. We'll gently release this. Left arm's going to come up, elbow bends, fingers behind your head. Right hand to left elbow. We pull it in towards center, pressing the skull back. Just a couple views. You can see what's happening. Nice, you guys. And gently releasing, left hand will come behind your back like a chicken wing. Right hand will pull the left arm forwards, and maybe you can resist pressing the left elbow back. I feel this way more intense on my right side than my left side. So you may feel slight differences, and that's totally fine. Life is unbalanced, imbalanced. We don't always do exactly the same thing on each side, so it's nice in yoga to find that harmony. Gently release that. Shoulders a couple of circles, and this time we'll meet in downward facing dog. So take a few moments here. You might just paddle out your down dog. The focus, of course, is the shoulders, but feel free to get into the hips and hamstrings here. Good. And in a moment here, we're going to start to add on. So finding stillness in your down dog, spread the fingers wide, really press into the mat, and we're going to bob the chest. Kind of like you're pulling your chest towards your knees. We'll go for 10, 9, 8, and you might feel this like elastic rebound quality just naturally bringing you back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Inhale, roll forward to the top of a plank. Exhale, lower the knees, setting up heart melting pose, Anahatasana. Hands crawl forward. If you're tighter in your chest and shoulders, then bring your hands wider. We're going to melt the heart, melt the forehead. Your tailbone goes up towards the sky, so it's different from child's pose. Tailbone up rather than sitting on the heels. So maybe your hands are wider, but if you're more flexible, your hands are about shoulder width apart, and you might even lift your forehead and rest your chin down. Some of us may even get our hearts all the way to the mat, and that feels amazing, but it's totally fine if that feels like a faraway goal. We are looking to feel sensation. We're not trying to look any certain way here. Good. With your next inhale, we'll slide into Sphinx pose, belly and hips down. Adjust your elbows so they're right under the shoulders. Oftentimes I'll see people kind of back here, so just take note. If that is you, slide yourself up. Inhale, open the chest, open the throat. Exhale, lower down. Slide the hands back slightly, and we'll press back child's pose. Hips to heels. Melt the heart. Melt the forehead. Can you make this child's pose active by reaching the arms super far forward? Think of pressing the hands down into the mat, driving the armpits down into the mat. One more breath. Adding a shoulder stretch, we'll thread our right arm under our left and just melt down here. Option again to wrap your left arm behind your back if you'd like. weight of the upper body is helping to stretch the shoulder. Nice, and then we'll switch it out. Right arm goes forward, left arm threads under, and we'll melt down. Staying or reaching right arm behind you for the bind. Good. Back to child's pose. Both arms reach forward just for a moment. And we'll start to crawl ourselves back to seated on heels. Now, if this is painful for you, then please sit in a way that's not painful. If you think you just need a little support, then maybe all you need to do is sit on a block. But please sit in any way that feels okay to you. Inhale, open the arms wide. Exhale, give yourself a hug, right arm over left. Grabbing opposite shoulder, you can let yourself curl in here. Good. So you're welcome to stay like this. If you have eagle arms, then you might kind of sit up a little taller and then go for that full bind. And sometimes it feels good to move a little up and down, up and down. And stay for one more breath, whether you're in eagle or self-hug. Nice work. From here, inhale, open the arms out wide. Exhale, other way. Left arm on top, give yourself a hug, grab opposite shoulder, and round in for a breath. And then maybe you stay here, or maybe you sit up taller and take your full eagle bind. Staying for a few more breaths here, static or finding that gentle movement. And take one more breath. Beautiful. And gently release that. You can give your arms a little shake. All right, so now we're going to grab our blocks. And again, if you don't have blocks, just find some sort of ledge that you can rest your elbows on. So I'm going to go for the higher height because I am more flexible. If you are less flexible, then you can go medium height, possibly even low height. Essentially, you want to have space. So elbows are going to come to the blocks. The reason that I go high height is so that I can actually melt my chest down without running into the mat. So if I go low height, the mat's going to stop me from finding my depth. My nose is going to hit the mat. So just kind of take a moment to figure out where you need to be. I like to bring my hands into a prayer, Anjali Mudra, and I melt down. Maybe the thumbs can come to the back of the neck. And just be wherever you can breathe. So if this is too intense, lower the blocks. And we'll stay for 5 breaths. Really nice, you guys. Gently press into the elbows, engage the core to lift up. And we'll come out. Nice. Move the blocks off to the side. We'll come back into a downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, wave forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower slowly to your belly. Untuck the toes. Reach the right arm out to the right side. Palm down. And try to avoid bringing the arm up or back, but having it right out to the side. We'll bring our right ear to the mat, come onto the right side body, and step the left foot behind you. Breathing here. You have the option to, again, wrap your left arm behind your back, or if you're really flexible, sometimes I have this, sometimes I don't. Maybe I will now because we just stretch the shoulders so much. You might actually clasp the hands here. That feels a little too intense for me, so I'm going to leave it behind. So know that, yeah, sometimes just because you are able to get into a shape, if the breath is compromised and it's hard to hold, then it's good to just back off. If you're feeling fancy, you might lift your left leg, grabbing the big toe with the peace fingers, and find this fun expression. Wherever you are, last couple breaths. Good. If you've got the leg, release. If your arm is bound, bring the left hand back to the mat. We'll come to the belly and switch it out. Right hand next to the chest, left arm. Maybe you need to adjust your props. Left arm out to the left, palm down, left ear down. Roll to the left side body, and the right foot steps behind you. Same options. You can stay, maybe bind, maybe clasp the hands. Wherever you are, make sure you can breathe. And maybe peace fingers to big toe and extend the leg. Last few cycles of breath. Beautiful work, you guys. If you've got the leg, release it. If you're bound, bring your hand back to the mat. We'll come to the belly. And we'll find sleeping serpent. Arms next to you. Let them fully relax. Bring one ear to the mat. Let yourself be heavy here. Shoulders totally relaxed. Elbows relaxed. Hands relaxed. And in the stillness, can you allow the breath to be your only movement as it expands you and then softens you? And if you've got one ear to the mat, maybe you switch to the other ear just to even out the neck. Beautiful work. Bring your hands up by your shoulders. Press yourself up. And we'll just have a seat. You might cross at the ankles, bringing hands together at the heart, and just taking a moment to close the eyes, bow the head, and give thanks for your strength and capability. Give thanks for existing in a vessel that allows you to have this kind of experience, and give thanks for this practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.